Special member request, we have Superheaven, Poor Aileen. I'll have the guitar tabs, guitar lesson, play it all through at the beginning here. After that, I'll go back through, give some full explanation. Before we jump in, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button. Lets me know that you like this video and you want to see more from these guys. And now, let's get on into it. Alright, so standard tuning here, EAD, GBE. Having a lot of fun with some compounded, power chords. Gives it a real big fat sound, and for the most part this is like in a D flat key, and one of those chords that we're using here, just like that, it's D flat, so we have the 4A and the 6 on the D, G, and we're adding that 4 on the low E with it, alright? So we get the D flat with the A flat bass note as well. So this is, good for the intro, and it happens again as like an interlude. And basically we just hit that chord twice. Alright, then we drop down and hit 5 on the G, and we give it a little slow bend and release, just slight bend. Alright, come on up and hit the 6 on the E. Alright, back to that D flat, A flat chord. Switch it now, we go 4 on the B to 3 on the G. Alright, go back and do the original one. Alright, and then we wrap it all up by doing the same chord strum on the D flat, A flat. But here we do like 1, 2, 3, 4, just muted strings. Alright, and then finish it by doing B flat power chord at the 6E, 8 on the A and D here, twice there, and then just drop it down to the A power chord at the 5 and 7s for 1. For the verse, we're basically just kind of repeating like the last part of the previous section. We're doing our same D flat chord strum there, and then the dead string strumming. Alright, and then this is kind of where it varies, where we just come up and we do the B flat power chord at the 6, E, 8s on the D and G there, hit it twice, and from there we just repeat what we just did. Alright, the D flat chords, dead strings to the B flat. Alright, and we repeat that essentially 4 times, but at the very end of that 4th time, then we drop down and hit that A power chord. Alright, so pretty much just a looping of the previous section with some slight differences. Pre-chorus here, we'll drop down to F sharp power chord at the 2E, 4 on the A and D, and we just, quarter note strum this, couple measures. Alright, and then that next measure, we do a couple strums of that, and then we kind of almost descend it in a way. We hit that a couple more times, then we'll drop down, and we're going to do another compounded chord here, where we want the B flat power chord, so 1 on the A with the 3, D and G, but we're also going to add that F on the first fret of the E here, and it's just a 1 strum there. This is kind of a descending little thing, and then come off to open E and A, and then 2 on the D and G for the compounded A power chord. So we went, all right, and we hold on that A/E chord there for a few more strums into the next measure. All right, then we just come up to the F power chord, 1 E 3 on the A and D. Hold that for 2 measures worth of quarter strums. All right, hit it once more, but we're going to slide it up a fret into the F sharp at the 2 and 4s, and we just finish the progression here by doing a couple measures of that. For the chorus section, we come back to our D flat at the 4 and 6s there with the added 4th fret on the E, and it's kind of a 1-2 strum again. All right, and then a quick little open E just as a little transitional thing that lands us onto our F power chord again, the 1 and 3s. All right, so we just land on it, give it a couple more strums, and then we just come up to the F sharp at the 2 and 4s and finish with 8 strums of that. Cycle that whole thing through the chorus. All right, the bridge gets a little more complex here with the composition, I guess. Nothing crazy, but basically we just drop down to the F. We start at the F, all right, that first fret and the 3s. A couple measures there. And now we're going to come off to that chord we saw earlier, the A/E chord here. So, A power chord with the E bass note. And we're going to strum that 2 measures as well. Go back to the F, all right, for 8 strums. All right, we'll come off to the A/E just for 1 strum. All right, and this is kind of a descending little thing. We go 1 strum of that up to just an E power chord, open E with a 2 on the A and D. Come on up, we're gonna do a new chord. We go E flat with the B flat bass note, so 6s on the E and A with the 8 on the D and G. 1 strum there, and then just drop it all the way down to the B flat with the F bass note, the 1A, 3 on the D and G, 1 on the E. So that little section. All right, and then essentially repeat the first 2 chords again. All right, the F to that A/E. And then we'll finish the whole thing by doing, the same thing we did to finish the pre-chorus, where we were at that F again, and we just slide it up to the F sharp at the 2 and 4s.